buzzer beater like Jordan. I made it back in time. What's going on, everybody? What's going on, Elevation Academy? The team is here on this wonderful Wednesday. We have our special guest, Lisa Sweat. Before we get started, you guys always know I got to do my apologies. So good morning, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, and Instagram. Sorry, we can't see you guys. I let my phone use the phone. I let my son use my phone last night, and I don't know what he did with it. So my Instagram phone is gone. But we have a special guest speaker here today. I've been pressuring her to join the podcast since last year. Yes, I'm throwing. Look, she's gonna throw me under the bus later, so I had to throw her under the bus now. But Lisa Sweat, she is the founder and CEO of Boston Sip Tea, amongst other things. I ain't gonna water her down, but I just wanted to let you guys know that y'all are in for a treat, ladies. Specifically, ladies. This woman right here is very empowering to you all and your movements. Y'all want to tap in for sure. So, Lisa, I gave the watered down version. Go ahead and let the people know who you really are.
Well, first off, good morning, and thank you for tuning in. My name is Lisa Sweat. I go by Lisa. I am from Charlotte, North Carolina. However, I reside in Miami, Florida. I am what you call a serial entrepreneur, even though I don't really like the word serial, but I am. I'm just going to share a little bit about what I do before we dive in. I am a trademark attorney and a business attorney. I'm also the founder of Boston Sip Tea, Boston Sip Tea Society, and Boston Sip Tea Foundation. I am a Florida real estate agent, and I just overall just have a lot of talents. And I do a lot. I do content and website design, and just a host of other things. So again, thank you for tuning in today.
Got it. All right. And then we have my dog Brian, and
what's good with y'all?
I'm waiting for the wonderful. I'm like,
this is with us. What's going on? So we got comments coming in. They started coming in early. Good morning, everyone. So remember, guys, if I don't greet you by your name, that means we don't see it. It just says Facebook user. So good morning, Facebook user. Someone said, "Yo, Hood to Good Management LLC in the building." Okay, good morning, bro. We got Elevate, It's Time to Rise. Good morning. Level Up, Buttercup. And then Will is the first one that we can see with the actual name. And then Will said, "Hey, Lisa." So Will got specific. All right. So we're ready. And as usual, we're gonna talk, guys. Good morning. Oh, they said we can't hear her. Sorry. I'm gonna turn it up. I turned the volume up TikTok. I apologize for that. Let me know when they start speaking. If you guys still can't hear them, I turn it up some more. I don't want it to be too loud where I am. So let me know if you guys can either anybody say something so they can test it.
Can you hear me?
All right. Can y'all hear now? I'll let them go. But again, what I was gonna say, you guys, watchers, viewers, TikTok, anybody that's watching from another platform, if you guys have questions at any time, feel free to ask them. I'll write questions down as I see them, so that way I can I'll stop and ask. I don't want to interject in the middle of an answer, so I'll write your questions down, and then we'll make sure we answer them as we're going. If you notice that we're not calling your questions out, that means I can't see them. Sometimes because we stream to multiple platforms, all the comments don't pop up in our comment section. So if you're following any of the four of us on Facebook and you notice that your comments aren't being seen, go to another one of our pages and try to comment there, and then maybe it'll pop up. So I'm not going to avoid anybody. We are not avoiding any questions. We're here for you guys. I just wanted to get that disclaimer out because some people might feel a certain way if you don't answer them. So we're good. Let's we got Ray. Ray says sound is great. Oh, Roy, I apologize. Roy says sound is great. Cool. All right, here we go. So our first question is, what are the various sectors of BST?
Yes. So I have three sectors of Boston Sip Tea. The first sector is Boston Sip Tea. Basically, Boston Sip Tea is a women empowerment conference host annually. My goal behind Boston Sip Tea was to really get women together to fellowship and to create a sense of sisterhood. And so, with that, I decided to host my very first event last year in Charlotte, North Carolina, Boston Sip Tea. And then from that came, well, what was birthed was Boston Sip Tea Society. And it's funny how that originated because if you know me, you know that I'm not really that social. So Boston Sip Tea Society is a social club. So again, if you know me, I'm not really that social. I don't really say too much. I have my select few of friends, and that's it. However, also, if you know me, you know that whatever I do is typically God led. And so I don't typically jump into doing something without first praying on it and getting that sign from God to move forward. But when I hosted Boston Sip Tea, which is the Women Empowerment Conference, after the event, my ladies was like, Lisa, so you mean to tell me I can't see my sisters until next year when we go to Jamaica? And I'm just like, God, now you know I ain't that social. So what are you asking me to do? You asked me to create a whole social club. And so I prayed on it for a few months. And then fortunately, Boston Sip Tea Society was birthed, which is a social club for women by women. I am the founder. I have a VP and leadership team. I also have chapter leaders in various cities around the US. And basically, it's a sisterhood that I created to get women together. Oftentimes, as a woman, we feel like, you know, the weight that we're carrying in the world, we can't really be expressive. And so having a sisterhood allows for my ladies to be expressive. It allows them to have a sister to lean on, and it allows them to, when they're facing adversity, to have someone to cheer them on and to just be in their corner. And then lastly, I have Boston Sip Tea Foundation, which kind of stems out of all of that. And Boston Sip Tea Foundation is a nonprofit where I am catering to young women that are in a process of graduating and going into college or technical school or some kind of, you know, whatever they see, you know, their life for them in the future, just being there to help guide them and being there to give them financial support for their transition from high school to their adult life. So those are the three sectors: Boston Sip Tea, Boston Sip Tea Society, and Boston Sip Tea Foundation.
Look, man, she done wowed me. I'm listening like, golly, that's great. Okay, that's listen. That was a lot. I was trying to bring it all in. We did get one from TikTok. They said, I'm sorry, I didn't write the name. Okay, it was a user. User 5098. It's a bunch of numbers. So apologize for not having your name. What do you all cover with BST?
That's a great question. So one of our core values is community. So I'm also a part of the Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, and being a part of that sorority, one of our main goals is community. So service to all mankind. And so with Boston Sip Tea, I'm definitely incorporating community as well as just allowing the women to grow personally and then also professionally. So every month we host either a personal development seminar or a business development seminar. We also have our girl time, of course, because you know what is a social club without having girl time. But all in all, we aim to help elevate one another. So we're not just partying, but we're also growing together. We're also learning different things about business. Those that are in corporate America, we're helping them climb the corporate ladder. And then also, most importantly, our personal development. We realize that, again, as women, we are faced with a lot of challenges. And so having that outlet to learn about ourselves on a deeper level is what Boston Sip Tea does. Thank you for your question.
Cool. All right. You got an answer, right? We good? Like, all right. The next one, I don't. This is also from user, so I'm not sure if this is the same user or not. And it said, "Is this a women only event?"
There's three sectors to it. There's Boston Sip Tea, which is our women empowerment, which is where I host our conferences every year. So Boston Sip Tea falls, or Women Empowerment Conferences falls under Boston Tip Tea. And then we also have our Boston Tip Tea Society, which is our social club. And so for both those things, well, really, in fact, for all our three sectors, Boston Tip Tea Society, and Boston Tip Tea Foundation, they're all focused on women. Again, I realize that women, like sometimes, it's just that sense of sisterhood. And for me, I know that KP kind of got on me because he was like, when I first came out with it, with Boston Sip Tea, I shared it with him. Actually, I shared the idea with him, and he was like, "Wait, so you're not doing anything for men?" And I was just like, "I'll think about it. I'll pray on it. Like, that's my go-to. I'll pray on it because I really do pray on it, y'all." And so I was like, let me think about it, or maybe we can do a collaboration, but let me pray on it.
I
And
wanted
then
to go. That's what it was. I wanted.
he wanted to put a wig on, y'all, and come. And so I decided that I wanted this to be for women, by women, just because I wanted to have that platform where we're uplifting women and making sure that we, as minorities, like women, like obviously we're minorities in society, just make sure that we have a voice, make sure that we're uplifted, make sure that our mental is in check. And so that's why I decided to cater more towards women than to men. Thank you for your question.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Like what you are doing is great, because we already have co-ed and men only things. So women need their own thing too. Roy says sounds great. Some of these I can't click for some reason. So somebody said yes, Lalisa. Roy said would like to comment on last speaker. Wanted to parlay MTC type. Hey Roy, I'm not sure what that means. Can you be more specific? I'll ask it, but kind of confused on what you're asking. Marcus says happy Wednesday. What's going on, Marcus? Marcus is also a part of the academy, for those of y'all that don't know. And then we got dropping gems. Cool. All right. So that's that. So we can get to our next question. Nothing else from TikTok? Not yet. All right. So our next one is, and I feel like you answered it already, but we gotta ask it anyway. Why did you start BST?
Again, like I said, I am not social. And I feel like one of the reasons why God put this on me and had these group of women come to me and say, Lisa, this is something bigger than you. This is something bigger than us. Go for it. Was because I think that God wanted me to step out of my element. I'm so used to just being behind the scenes, just doing my own thing behind the scenes and not really being the face of anything. And I think that I have a story that needs to be told. I think that I can change a lot of lives. And as shy as I am, and as uh-oh. Oh, sorry, my computer did something. But as shy as I am, and as I'm sorry, but as not sociable as I am, 'cause I'm a true introvert. This has allowed me to step out of that comfort zone that I once knew and become a better woman. And so that's what I also wanted to create for my ladies, was that this social club would allow us to collectively together become better women, better mothers, better spouses, better friends. And so that's why I created it, to really just enhance our community. I mean, you don't really see a lot of successful social clubs, and not to mention, I have one of the fastest growing social clubs. We just literally just launched in January 6th specifically. And when I tell you that God really, I'm sorry, I'm very Christian, so I'm sorry I keep using the word God, but in any event, before I do anything, I do lean on him. And so I did a teaser, y'all. I was like, all right, Lord, if you're serious about this, let me do this little teaser. Let me see who's interested. And so I put it out there that I'm starting a social club. I told everybody what it will be about. And when I tell y'all that I had 554 women that RSVP to hear little old me speak about Boston Sip Tea Society, I was blown away. And then not to mention, that's just unheard of. And I was just like, okay, God, this is a confirmation. I'm going to move forward with it. I'm going to follow your word and really inspire and encourage these women. And so that's why we're here. That's why we have Boston Sip Tea, is to really, motivate these ladies. And if you know me, I didn't come from a great background at all. Was, raised in the hood, single mom. And my mom really hustled to allow us to be where we are. And so I think that for me, just showing my ladies that are part of my organization, and even the ladies that I'll be gifting scholarships to through my nonprofit, that we can do this, that we can defeat, all odds and adversity, and we can become who we want to become. We might run through trials and tribulations, but we can do it. And so that's what Boston Sip Tea is women empowerment, women encouragement, and women motivation. Back to you,
Listen,
KP.
I was about to say you. I'm I'm listening. I'm trying to write down the questions and get the answers, and she just popping. Oh, love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. So I got one more comment, but it wasn't a question. She just said, "Oh, I'm sorry." This I guess this was the same person. They said, "Oh, I'm sorry." She said it before you read it. So again, you guys remember, I'm not gonna cut anybody off when talking. So if I get to your questions late, then yeah, I'm not throwing anybody under the bus or saying, "Hey, she already answered it." It's just when I get to it, like this situation, she might have already answered it. I'm still gonna read it though, because I don't want you guys to think that I'm skipping your questions. All right. So the user five something, they just apologized for me reading it again. Okay, so Roy came back. Here we go. Roy said, "Lisa, you definitely have an ear to hear, and what you're doing is on point. You young lady are a life changer." Look at there you go, Roy.
Whoa.
So Facebook user, we can't see who you are, but Facebook user said, "We love BSTS." Roy came back and said, "Praise God, Lisa. Giving him the glory is key." And then Roy said, "Have you taken your motivational platform to local trade schools, Petty Manny and Cosmo?"
That's a great question.
Yeah.
That's a great question. So as of right now, we have not, because we're so fresh. We're still kind of getting ideas together on how we can touch some of our local schools, touch some of our trade schools, and get some of our women that we're providing scholarships for and training for in terms of our young adults through our nonprofit. We're trying to come up with ways that we can partner with different trade schools, partner with different colleges and things of that nature. So that is coming. That is coming. We're definitely going, baby steps. But when I tell you that things are happening really fast, and I am definitely, blown away, they're happening. So to come, to come. Thank you for your question, Roy.
There you go. We got a couple more. So I think the ones that say Facebook user might be from your group. So we got fire emojis. We got I love it. We got keep going. Excuse me. It says I teach trade school would love to assist. Look, there you go.
Yay.
I guess I didn't put this on there earlier, but how can the people reach out to you, like indirectly or directly? How can they reach out to you?
Yeah, so if you send an email to info@bostonsiptea.com, I will definitely be in contact with you or someone from my team. So info@bostonsiptea.com is how you can contact me.
Sip tea, and I'll put it in the ticker also. All
Okay.
right. So I will work on typing that up while I get to the next question, and it's
Okay.
to us. So our next question is, and you answered this. I know you answered this one, but who is BST catered to, and why did you feel the need to cater to this group? So we're behind on questions.
Boston Sip Tea is catered to our lovely women of all shades of colors, from all cultures, all backgrounds. We do not discriminate. We cater to everybody. Well, I'm sorry, every woman.
Women, because don't say
Yes.
everybody.
That's everybody.
Me and Jazz show up. They like, "Hey, Jazz, you can come in," but not
No, we're gonna throw you away.
Mrs. Pearson. You're welcome, Mr. Pearson. Wait for her to be finished. Like, golly. All right. Let me ask the next one. I'll pop that one in the ticker. Oh, you got one of your chapters here.
Yay.
Charlotte chapter BST, Barjan. Is it Barjan? I believe Barjan with the accent. Yes.
Yeah.
Always good names. You got Jeremy here. Jeremy, what's going on? And then Roy says send me contact info. Hey, Roy, what I'll do is I'll put it in the ticker so that way you and everyone else can see it. For my TikTok viewers, I'll show you. I'll put it down there in a sec. All right, and let's get to our next one. Boom. So this is outside of BST, but Is it okay to grow out of love with the industry and focus on something you're more passionate about?
Exactly. So yes, absolutely. That's kind of where I'm at in my life right now. You know how, especially some of us that didn't come from anything. You know, we established these businesses with the hope of our businesses, you know, the longevity of our businesses, and I'm currently struggling with letting go some of my businesses because where it's something that you pour your everything into. And so for me specifically, I was so in love with credit repair. I was so in love with like teaching credit repair. um, and just kind of spreading the word about credit repair. If I could, I'll give you a little bit of background about me. So I come from the banking industry background, and I remember working for various banks and realizing that, oh my God, especially when it comes to our Black and Brown people, we were not being approved for a lot of things because our credit scores were not favorable. And I remember back in 2019 when I decided to go ahead and start a restoration business, it was because of my background in banking and having worked at a bank, and was working at a bank at the time. I was like, you know what? I can really pour into these people and really help them change their situation around and live that American dream. And so I started my credit restoration business, was doing it for a couple of years, and then I started doing credit repair outsourcing, and I was just like, all right, so the money was good. It was very great, but I think for me, I got burnt out, and I think that you know as quiet as it's kept, sometimes as business owners, we don't feel appreciated. And I think that when we start to hit that mark where we're not feeling appreciated, we kind of grow out of, passion for whatever it is that we're doing. And that kind of happened, just to be completely honest. I haven't really shared this with a lot of people, but that's kind of what happened with credit repair. I kind of grew out of love with it. And so I decided to focus my endeavors on something else, something that where I can really pour into the community in a different capacity, right? And so, yes, you can very much grow out of love or out of passion for something that you once did. And I'm here to encourage you that despite growing out of passion for something, it's not the end all be all. Because look at me, here I am, no longer really doing credit repair. However, I have one of the fastest growing social clubs. I'm a trademark attorney. I'm a business attorney, so I have my own law firm, and I'm doing a host of other things. I actually have an apparel line coming out for women by women. But yeah, so you can grow out of passion for something, but still reroute that and do something else that you're passionate about. And always allow God to guide you in terms of like what it is that you want to do. Never do something that you think that other people want to see you do. Do what it is that your heart desires, and that will get you way quicker to where you want to be in life versus trying to cater to everybody, right? So that's my spill. Back to you, KP.
I'm glad you said that. That's like Shanice to tell you how it was yesterday or the day before. We literally had like water. Oh, here we go. So we literally just had like a 2 hour conversation about that. Like for me, almost the same exact thing as you. Started with a credit repair company, had an outsourcing company, and then the outsourcing company is kind of is still there, but it's not my passion anymore. I used to love helping other credit repair owners help their clients, but then I realized I was like, I feel more like a babysitter than I do a teacher, and I really like teaching and helping. So I kind of navigated more to the coaching industry, and it's like it's not that I don't want to help. It's that I want to help more than what I was able to help. So, I'm in the same boat. It's not like I don't want to help with credit repair anymore, but then I have a business partner that loves it. It
Yeah.
eased my mind. It's like, yo, I trust her. So if somebody
Yeah.
comes to me with questions, yo, there she goes. She needs to help you. She'll help do all the credit repair things. And it's just a weight lifted off my shoulders because boy, giving it up, like you said, giving it up was hard. It was like, you know,
Mhm.
yeah, it's like, man, these are all my clients. This is mine. I built this from scratch. And
Yeah.
now it's like, nah, it's
Yeah.
hers now.
It,
Shanice, people hit. Go ahead.
it happens. It happens, and as you like kind of maneuver through life, and like you'll get to, because again, remember we're all learning ourselves. Like, um, I'm only 32 years young, so I'm still learning me what and the things that I'm passionate about, the things that I want to focus on. And so while similar to KP, while I was so down and out about not having a passion to do credit repair anymore, God placed that passion into something else, something that's big. Well, I won't say bigger, but something else in terms of like just pouring into his people, pouring into women, elevating women. So even though I let one thing go, I let one thing go to be able to do the same thing, but just in a different capacity. So just never get discouraged. Never get discouraged about having let one thing go to focus on something else. It'll all work out.
Oh, sorry. My phone had rang and everything just shut off. We're still here though. We're still here. All right, look, Lisa, you brought a following with you today. Look, they sending hearts. They
Yeah.
sending, girlfriend. She got her chapters in here, y'all. Look at this. Come be excited. Elevate your Wednesday. I know that's one of my people. He look this is my boy D Man. He comes in every Wednesday and pop that out and leave. We got yes, fire emojis. Yes, Lalisa clapping for you. Listen, they love her, y'all. They love her. We got one from TikTok. This Damien.
Oh God.
He's he said bears don't dance. Bears don't dance. Don't dance no more. All they do is this. All they do is this. Like, bro,
Oh my
Damien is funny. Y'all know Damien from last week. Mustard, one of Mustard's CEOs. But this is fun. But this is what we do every Wednesday. We still have a couple more questions. Again, guys, if y'all have questions, feel free to ask them. If they're catered toward BST or financial literacy or anything, this is the time to ask. I tell everybody, with or without guest speakers, you can look at this as like an hour of mentorship. This is the time where we right here in your face. If you have a question, you need to ask it. Like for me, and I'll ask just a general question, and it don't have nothing to do with nothing specific. But like, if anybody want to know how to start a business, you're looking at 3 business owners right here with several. It's 4, but I said 3. Sorry, it's 4 of us here, but it's more than 4 businesses here. You know what I'm saying? Me and Lalisa alone probably combined for like 6 plus businesses. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's multiple businesses here. So if you wanted to know how to start a business, or the way to structure a business, or the way to get funding for a business, so many questions that you guys can ask, and this is the time. Because I tell you, I don't know about Lalisa, but I charge for my consultations. So it's like, if you want to know, you better ask on a podcast. Because if you want to ask me directly, I need that 250, sir or ma'am. All right, we got that out. That disclaimer. So we have. Oh, we only got one left. I guess we could freestyle until we get some more questions. Sis business, respect on Lisa name. Oh, Damien says she is a business. She's a business, man. You know what I'm saying? All right. So the last one is, how did BST become one of the fastest growing sisterhoods?
Okay, great question. So I think that it kind of stems back from branding. So as I mentioned earlier, I also do a lot with branding. I cater to all my marketing materials that you see online. And I think that I have done a great job of just being transparent and really showing people who Lalisa is. I'm one of those people where I don't sugarcoat code. I don't try to appear to be something that I'm not. I'm not flashy. I don't show off what I have or anything like that. I'm just Lalisa, and I'm very authentic. I'm also a kind of person that like to pour into other people. As KP would say, I will randomly just get in his inbox and just kind of give him words of encouragement, especially when he was going through some of the stuff that he was going through last year. And even like just anyone, just like I'll be in your inbox, just encouraging you, like little that is coming. And so I think that people see that side of me and want to support. It's like it's hard to not support someone that pours into you both emotionally, mentally, and otherwise. And so I think that that's how Boston Tips Tea grew so fast, was because even though I'm not a social person, and when I say social, I mean I'm not really a social person in terms of like being like really loud on social media. I do a lot of things in the background. So I'm typically in people's inboxes. I'm typically commenting on people's statuses and just telling them that I'm proud of you. I'm watching you. You're super dope. And I think that those things combined has allowed people to see my genuineness in wanting to create this social club. And so that's why I grew so fast, was because of just being authentic. And that's one of the things that I coach my or that I tell people that are branding or wanting to start businesses is that you are the brand. And people want to see who you are. And if they can't relate to you, then the likelihood of them purchasing either products or services from you goes down. And so you have to make sure that you're maintaining an image that, that's respectable, that's humble, that's not frowned upon. And I have been able to do those things. I just got social media back in 2020. Never had any issues with anyone on social media. And that's what you want. So that's how I grew. So that's how I grew Boston Sip Tea so fast, because of who I am and the person that I am.
Perfect answer. I got quite a few came in. They kind of like flooded in from different people. Brand, I always say these names wrong. I'm sorry, TikTok, but y'all be having some funny names. Branda Guile, I think. I'm sorry if that's not how you say it, but I think that's how you say it. Is BST only for businesswomen?
Oh, that's a great question. And I'm so glad that you brought that up, because absolutely not. It's for everybody. It's for
Women.
It's for exactly. There we go. It's for every woman. And what I'm looking for when I am approving applications for Boston Tip Tea is women that exhibit just stellar qualities, people that I know will elevate, that will be a sponge and take the things that I'm providing within the organization and actually implement them in their everyday lives. So yes, Boston Tip Tea is not for if you're an entrepreneur, or if you're in corporate America or otherwise. It's for every woman of every color, every culture, and it's just someone who wants to grow and elevate in life.
The same person had a follow-up question right after that. It says, is this something we just attend or like a community that we join?
Okay, so it's a community that you join. So depending on where you're located, we have different chapters in different cities. And I'll go ahead and tell you the chapters that we have. So I have a virtual chapter for our virtual sisters, where I don't have a specific in-person chapter for. So if let's say that you're in Virginia and I don't have a Virginia chapter, those women typically join our virtual chapter. I have a chapter in Charlotte, North Carolina, Atlanta, Georgia, Dallas, Texas, Omaha, Nebraska, Deltona, Florida. I have Fayetteville, North Carolina chapter, Jacksonville, North Carolina chapter, the Triangle area of North Carolina, which is Raleigh, North Carolina, Durham. And then I have the Triad chapter, which is Greensboro, North Carolina, Mebane area. And then I think that's it. So I have quite a few chapters. Yeah, I have quite a so it's a community. So you will join a specific chapter, and then within those chapters, there's planned activities. So every in-person chapter, they literally have been hosting events like every month. So whether it's sip and paint, whether it's going bowling, whether it's going to dinner, or whether it's going to your sister's house and just having a girls' night out. We have events planned like literally every month. And again, we have our virtual seminars every month, just to help everybody within Boston Tip Tea to, for personal development and business development. And then we have our convention coming up for Boston Tip Tea in August. We have a winter gala coming up. So you're very involved. We're very active. We're not one of those social clubs that just sit back and don't do anything, but we're very, very involved. So you might get a little overwhelmed, but that's good. Yeah, that's what you want. You want to be overwhelmed. You want to have options.
That's great. I got 3 more. We got some Facebook comments, and I have a personal question. So it's like we got a lot of content. So let's get through the Facebook ones. They popped up a while ago. So it's no comments, but it's the support for me. You know what I'm saying? Look, it's the authenticity for me. She's a gem. You got add value. You got some hellos. Yes, Sister Lalisa. So listen, BST came to support y'all. If y'all watching from any other platform, y'all can see it live. She's not just giving y'all value and gems. Her people are here. Support. Look, ATL chapter. We had a Triad chapter. We had a Charlotte chapter. Like the chapters are here, y'all. So y'all know it's a real thing. So listen, ladies, businesswomen, 9 to 5ers, whatever you are doing, this is definitely a movement. This is great. My personal question before I get to these TikTok questions. When you were naming your chapters, it sounded like a lot are in the East Coast. How would someone or how do you go about creating your chapters? Like, let's say you got like a group of 20 to 50 ladies that are in like California. How would they create a chapter in Cali?
That's a good question. I actually have someone who just joined Boston Tip Tea. She's in New Jersey. She wants to create a New Jersey chapter. So what we do is we put our ladies through a 6-month training program where they learn how to be a leader. They learn how to lead a group of women in a specific chapter. So that's what we do. We just, if we don't have a city on a map, what we'll do is if we do have women that want to have their own chapter, we'll just have them go through a 6-month training. And then once that training is up, they'll have their own chapter. And then we'll begin bringing people into that specific chapter.
Look, that's fire. Like, look, here she goes.
Look, right. So, because now I'm like, we don't have a St. Louis chapter, so I need to get with you for that. But so how much does it cost for the membership? And I was kind of waiting for that question to be asked, but nobody asked, so I'm like,
So that's a good question. So yeah, so the cost of membership, so the annual fee is $189, which includes and really what the fee is because it's a business, right? So the fee comes in to be able to operate the business. And I also give out these really cute charm boxes, and within a charm box, every lady will receive merch. I don't want to show the charm box because I have some ladies on my
yeah. I was gonna say, don't give it the gems.
that haven't received the charm box yet, so I don't want to blow their surprise. But they receive like a really pretty charm box. My this is a tangent. My theme is like Tiffany's, and the reason why I chose to do the Tiffany theme. So if you see, everything is Tiffany blue. But the reason why I chose to do Tiffany is because I've been with my partner for about 6 years, 7 years now, and every Christmas, every birthday, I get a little Tiffany box that has something in there. And so I like to pay homage to people that have paved the way or helped me get to where I'm at. And so Tiffany Blue kind of symbolizes just his unwavering support in me to help me get to where I'm at today. And so that's where that Tiffany blue color comes in. So anyway, it's $189 for the annual fee, and then every month our sisters are paying $29 a month, and that takes care of some of the activities that we do throughout the month. So it's $29 a month for the in-person chapter, $19 a month for the virtual chapter, and then it's a yearly $189. So those are the fees.
That's affordable. It's like when you said 189, I was expecting monthly. She said 189.
Right. I was like, okay.
Yeah, this one a month would have been affordable for everything that you're telling us. Go ahead.
Right. So even if, let's say, and I'm using specifically me, so even if I wanted to start the St. Louis chapter, it would still be the same cost, or is it more because I would be like,
So that's a good question. So I followed the lead of other social clubs. So I wanted to make sure that I wasn't going outside of the realm of what most social clubs or sororities are doing. And so in order to have a chapter and to be a chapter leader, you have to be an active member of the social club. And that way you have skin in the game. And so we do require our leaders to also pay their dues as well. Again, just because we want people in leadership roles that have skin in the game and that are actually active members. Because how can we lead someone but we're not really like
right?
Yeah. So that was my kind of thought process behind that, and then also making sure that I'm in line with what other social clubs are doing.
I love it.
Thank
I'm
you.
blessed. You got me. Y'all think I'm playing, boy. Watch. I'm gonna have Jazz throw me some mascara, you know what I'm saying? Give me some eyeshadow, be like, babe, we going to BST. You know what I'm saying?
That is ready.
Oh my
I be
Lord.
joking. I joke with Elise all the time. It's like a running joke for like now where I'm like, listen,
Yes,
I'm gonna throw my
literally.
dress on, I'm going. But you know, we got something in the works. You know, BST has something and T has something. You know, thanks to her. You know, she gonna I listen. I'm about to lean on you for guidance because everything that you were just mentioning, I ain't had none of that in my plans. I ain't gonna lie to you. We was just excited to be able to have this one event. We were like, look, we doing it, Lisa. Look at us. We got this one event. We good. And then she talking about chapters and trainings, and I'm like, oh, I have to do all that too. So I'm like, I'm gonna need the blueprint. You know, I'm about to get something because I was excited. Now I'm like, I'm back to oh my god, I wasn't even close to where I thought I needed to be. So which is good. But ladies, y'all are listening. I still got more questions. I know they're coming. I'm writing them down, but ladies, this is huge. This is really huge. Especially and I'm not to call anybody out, but single women. This I feel like for single women, this might be something very, very empowering, you know, because it's hard to do anything by yourself. You know, for single men, it's hard for us too, but we have different things that men can do situations like this. Just joining the gym or doing, you know, normal regular things. I can't really list out all the things, but this is huge. Everything she just listed, to have a group of women, and it's a safe environment. You know, you're planning things with women that eventually become your sisters, where you all can go out. You know, being a single woman, it's not safe to go to the bar by yourself. You know, it's scary to even say that. You know, I don't want my wife to go get gas when it's dark outside. You know, it's just the life, the way life is. So to be able to have this support system and have other women that may be in your city or your area to just be there for you and with you is huge. $189 a year, like I'm almost tempted to tell her to raise the price. You know, it's like that. She's basically giving it to y'all for free. Like this is really, really good, and I love that we had you come on and to hear this because I knew about it, and we see you all the time posting and promoting it, but to actually hear the depth of what you're doing, this is huge. Like we need to go holler at Forbes and Fox 5, and we gotta get you a real interview. I appreciate you coming on a podcast, but we need you bigger. You know, we need you somewhere that's really helping. And I love it. I just wanted to say that, you know, just me. Look, you got your supporters. They coming in here. Look, you got proper planning prevents piss poor performances. Practice practicing of the principles. Here you go, right here. This one. Um, our fearless leader. She is really genuine, authentic, transparent, and a humble woman. She truly has a heart for women. We appreciate you, sis. Look, they about to have the tears flowing because they came in here. Look at you with the
Oh
heart eyes,
no.
influence, efficiency, effectiveness.
Oh,
She really is like that. You got BST. We love you. Look, her
oh my God.
family is here, y'all. They are here, and like I said, I just wanted to give you your flowers because I knew about it, but I didn't know that you went this hard and was this in depth with what you do. And this is great. This is great. Like 100% when we in this podcast, I need the information for Jazz because I want to send my wife to it. Like I love what y'all are doing. If y'all don't have an Orlando chapter, you know, hey, Jazz can be in charge of the jump. You know, we get something started down here, but this is huge. I'm almost in awe myself. I'm a man, and I'm kind of envious a little bit. You know, I really want this for everybody. So thank you. I'm sounding like I'm closing out. We still have the questions. I'm sorry. I should have said that to the end. Damn. Apologize, guys. I didn't even get her all emotional. Y'all. I'm sorry. We got a couple more questions left. So let's regather. There you go. All right. So let's get back to the questions. And I'm sorry, TikTok. I know I started ranting. I'm back to y'all questions. I apologize. Was it hard to start this? I always wanted to speak for my community, but never knew how to get started.
Yes, I think that when you're starting anything, it's hard. There's going to be, because all of this is God led. This is my first social club, so I honestly, just to be transparent, I didn't know what the heck I was doing. I was just letting God guide me and just using my common sense to just make sure that everything is up to par. One thing about me, if you haven't already worked with me, you know that I like to operate in excellence. So anything that I do, it has to be top tier, or otherwise I can't do it. And so I just really just sat down and began the planning phase. And yes, it was hard because you have to find people that you trust to be your leadership team. You have to find the right people to be a part of the organization. And even when I hosted my women empowerment conference, I mean, that was the most I ever been nervous, because it was my first conference, like trying to figure out how this go. I planned the whole conference by myself with like really minimum help. And so it was hard. It was very hard. However, it's doable. Anything is doable, honestly. I think if you have the grit, if you hustle, if you have that correct mindset, and you don't let, because what happens is that when you're in the process of starting something, guess what? The devil's going to come to try to attack you, and that happened with me so many times. Even now, a 1 month into my social club, I still am faced with adversity. I'm still faced with things popping up. But guess what? I look the devil in the eye and I keep it moving, and I keep plowing. So I don't want you to think that it's going to be hard. Easy. I don't want you to think it's going to be easy, because it's not going to be easy. I don't think if it was easy, guess what? Everyone would do it. So, start your business, or create that platform where you want to speak to the people in your community and get it started. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me, info@BostonSipT, and I can help you guide the way as, based off of what I have done so far. Thank you for your question.
Got you. All right. I find that most of the time we just have to let God lead us. Blind faith. Exactly. Yeah,
Exactly.
he gonna take you to the wrong direction. Might be a
Yeah.
scary, might take you down a scary path, but it's the right path. So trust me, I get it. Okay, two more. So, do you host networking events in or near Atlanta? I didn't hear that in your list.
Yeah, so I actually, okay, so save the date, y'all. So on December 9th, 2023, this year, I'm hosting one of the biggest winter galas in Atlanta, Georgia. We are doing the unveiling of Boston Sip Tea Foundation. We will be awarding young adults, young women with scholarships to go to community colleges or four-year colleges, or whatever their life is that they want to do once they graduate from high school. This event is open to everybody. You can bring your spouse. But basically what we want to do is we want to just share more about our nonprofit, share more about what we did as a nonprofit for the year 2023. And then we want to raise money. So we're raising money for the Boston Sip Tea Foundation Winter Gala, all white. So all white dresses, all white tux, it's going to be a whole vibe. It's going to be a whole vibe. So yes, I'll be in Atlanta in December 9th, 2023. Please put that on your calendars. It's an evening event. Bring your spouses, bring your friends. Tickets are super cheap. So I'm not hitting no one in the head. I will see you in Atlanta in December.
I'm when she everyone. I'm already about to book. Listen, book the flight, book the hotel, all that. So my sister-in-law, my Jaz's sister, lives not in Atlanta but near. So hell, look, we can make it a family trip and hit the gala. We there. We're there. I love it. The last one. So no more came in from TikTok, but the last one is how can okay. So I think you might have answered this when I asked, but how can we create new chapters? They didn't specify where. That's just what the question was.
Okay.
How does create a new chapter, or how do you create a new chapter?
So first you'll just become a member, and then once you're a member, we'll push you in a 6-week training program, and we'll train you on how to be a leader. Because of course, before we have someone lead a chapter, we want to make sure that they have the skill sets to be a leader. And so we'll push you into training. We'll go over different, scenarios that can happen as a chapter leader. Because trust me, anything can happen. People go through things, people fall out. So just understanding how to handle those difficult situations. So we'll go through a 6-month program with, or a 6-month training program. And then at that point, we'll decide if you're ready to move forward to be a chapter leader or not. And then also another thing that we do, I didn't mention, is that, so we're having our Boston Sip Tea Society convention in August. And really what that convention is, it's only for members, but it's to help them grow. So we're having workshops where it will teach people how to public speak. It will teach people how to how to be a leader. It will teach people how to to team build and things of that nature. So when I say that I'm out here to really help enhance every woman that I touch, especially the women that are part of Boston Tip Tea. I mean that, with 100% sincerity.
Oh,
I mean that. Yeah.
I can hear it. Like just with everything that you add, that was the last question we had so far. But just with everything that you've been adding, and it's almost like when it ends, it's like, damn, that's a lot. You add more stuff. It's like she gives them so much, and then she's like, but wait, there's more. It's like remember when Darrell had came on and he was saying, what was that guy that late night guy that sold the soap? Wow, the ShamWow guy. Remember that? And he'd be like,
Billy something. Yeah.
Billy something. He was like Lalisa just giving them here's Jim, and he's like, oh my God, I want to sign up. But wait, there's more. I already want to sign up. Stop wowing me. You know what I'm saying? So
I don't know. Just when you operate, and for those that are thinking about becoming a business owner, just when you operate in excellence and you do right by people, I promise you it will come back twofold, tenfold, actually. And that's how I try to operate in everything I do. I try to treat people how I want to be treated. And of course, I'm human. I drop the ball sometimes. My sisters know, my family knows, whoever, because we're human, right? But just when you're operating in excellence, I promise you that you'll get quicker when you're operating in excellence versus operating, in a way that's not God-led or God-driven. So that's if I can share anything, one piece of advice to really how I became successful and how I was able to launch a very fast-growing social club, it's because I operate in success. And I'm not, that's that.
I love it. I'm envious. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Y'all know I keep it 100 on the show. You know what I'm saying? I wish me guys could switch roles for a couple months. You know what I'm saying? So I could join BST. It's all good.
I got one. Man. I know we said we was on the last question, but I do got one more.
Go ahead.
So Lisa, it's kind of a 2-part question, but where does your ambition stem from? I think that's reflected in how you speak, and then with everything that you have going on, Boston Sip Tea, branding, trademark attorney. We talked about burnout a little bit. How do you balance all of it?
Okay, so the first question, so where does my ambition come from? So I kind of touched on it earlier, how I was raised. So I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina. I was raised by a single mother, really watched her bust her tail to really provide for the family. At the age of 15, I got my first job to make sure that I can bring in money to help my mom. And I'm not going to cry because I really haven't shared this story or shared my story really to anyone, but just at the age of 15, just getting a job and to support my mom, to be there for her. I made a post the other day or last week about how I really wanted to go or get into my dream school. So I've always been a straight A student. I've always been just very driven to do something different from what I've always seen growing up. And so my dream school was UNC Chapel Hill. And I specifically didn't go to UNC Chapel Hill because I wanted to be closer to my mom. During that time, she was going through a domestic violence situation. She wasn't really at the place in her life where she should have been. And I needed to be close to her because she needed me. And so I decided not to go to UNC Chapel Hill, and I went to UNC Greensboro instead because, Greensboro to Charlotte is an hour away. And if anything happened, if anything happened, I could hop in that car and be one way to my mom. But those things right there is what really triggered me to really just want to be better and have better out of life. Like just seeing my mom go through so many trials and tribulations. My dad wasn't in my life like that, or really pretty much at all. And so I really relied heavily on my mom. And when you have three children at the time, it was me and my two sisters, and you're trying to support, three children. It's hard. And so I knew that I never wanted to be like, I love my mom and I appreciate where I came from, but I knew that I wanted different from my life. And so I was the child that did really good in school. I was a child that got straight A's. I was a child that went to law school, did really well in law school. I was a child that had really big dreams because I didn't see anyone, growing up that was like that was the true epitome of what I really wanted to be, except for on TV. And I knew that if they can do it, like I can do it, even though my situation wasn't the best. And and that's and God made my situation the way that it is, obviously, so I can be where I'm at today. But I just knew that there was something more for me. Like I wasn't supposed to be homeless. I wasn't supposed to be on the street. I was supposed to be like, God had something bigger in store for me. So that's why I hustle so hard. That's why I'm so ambitious. That's why I pour into women the way I pour into them, because my mom poured in me so much. She didn't have it. She didn't have it, but the little that she did have, that's why I'm an AKA. She funded me being an AKA. She funded some of the things that I wanted to do in my life. And I just owe it to her. And I also just owe it to, like just seeing her as a woman stepping up. Like I just want to just pour into women, people that are facing the same thing, just being able to pour into them and just letting them understand that you can do whatever you want to do. Like society thought that I should have been, have 5 children and not go to school and, just be a bum. But God had other plans for me. And I made sure that I was going to be the best Lisa that I can be. And I have surprised myself. That's all I can say. I have surprised myself. To answer your second question, how do I balance? And if I can be transparent with you, I'm still working on finding balance. And that was one of the reasons, another reason why I decided to shave off credit repair and to shave off outsourcing, because I'm trying to, like I told God, I need for you to tell me what it is that you want me to do. I don't want to move. I'm God led, so I don't want to move without knowing what is it. Like you made me so talented, and my hustle, so that whatever talent I have, I'm going to try to do. So, but I got to take it back. So tell me, what do you want me to do? And so now I'm in the process of shaving things down and really focusing on, what makes me happy and what God wants me to do. So with that said, Boston Sip Tea Society, Boston Sip Tea Foundation, my trademark law firm, part-time real estate, and I have a apparel line that's dropping out. The apparel line is for women, by women. And so yeah, so that's to answer your question. I hope that answered your question.
I was about to say, listen, if you ain't answer this question, you answered questions. You had a lot. What you gonna say? The boss just came. I had to get out of podcast mode real quick. All right, we got a couple more people in here. That part, God first. I've been dealing with that as well, working toward balancing and cutting things off. And then someone put, grant me the knowledge of your will for me and the power to carry it out. In Jesus' name we pray. So to just add on to what you were saying, like it wasn't a contradiction, but it was like a good thing. How you said, you have a load of things that you had prior, but it's a load of things that you're doing in BST, So I could see why you would have to give up, the other things, because of how much you're pouring into these women and how much you're pouring into BST. No human could have the capacity to do all that. No matter how many automations or how good you are. I mean, if you had a huge team, then yeah, you have your team running things, but that's not you. And I'm understanding that more by listening to you, where it's like, Lisa is pouring into this, it's not the business or what she does or the dream. I mean, it is the dream, but it's actually you. You're there. You're putting the things together. You're running the show. You're talking to these women and helping. So it's definitely something to look into, ladies. Like, if y'all are struggling, if y'all need help or guidance or anything, I mean, heck, she almost touched on literally every way to help a woman. Period, and I'm not trying to like sugarcoat it or nothing, but it's like what I'm hearing, I can tell you within this last hour of my life, I've learned so much more about BST than I already thought. I already knew it was a good thing for women, but my honest opinion, I tell you before we went live, I was like, okay, she empowers women. They hold like maybe a event every other month or so, and it's just a good thing to get together. But hearing it's so much more than that. It is so much more than that, and this is great. Listen, $189 a year, ladies. Listen, I I can't. I don't know. I don't know what to tell y'all. That's free. That's free. Like for what she's providing and what y'all are getting out of this. You look at it like a sorority. It's sorority for the women, right? Fraternity for the men. Look, I'm not too college. Yeah, I attended, so I apologize. But a sorority. So it's literally like a sorority without the need of going to college. You're joining a sisterhood of women that either had the same dreams as you, the same goals as you, or just want to be in a positive environment. Like I stated a couple minutes ago, the protection aspect is there. Again, women. It really sucks to even have to say this out loud, but women aren't protected as much as they should be. A woman going somewhere by herself is like probably the most vulnerable person there is. So to have a group of women, I used to wonder when we go out to eat or we do like group things, and my wife one of the ladies will say I got to go to the bathroom, and like three of them would get up. Me not knowing that, I don't know what you guys. Why I need a whole crew to go with y'all? Not understanding that, damn, it's not even safe to just go to the bathroom real quick because anything can happen. So to be able to have that support system, ladies, if y'all feel like y'all by yourself, if y'all feel like it's just you, please join. This sounds so wonderful. Like I said, I'm getting envious. I love what you're doing, Lisa. It's to the point where I'm like, hey fellas, y'all need a if you need a hand, T gonna be that. I'm about to we gonna be the counterpart for men. You're really exciting me for what we're planning to do. So Brian, I hope you've been taking notes, bro, because we got some work to do. But yeah, look, we filled out that hour. We got all the questions answered. Lisa, I am. Oh my God! Listen, you wowed me. You wowed me. What you offering these ladies? Ladies, please. I got the her links are at the bottom of the screen, y'all. So if y'all want to learn more, visit her at bossessiptea.com. It can get a little confusing. It's BOSSESSIPTTEA.com. Or you can email her and her team at info@bossessiptea.com. So it's two ways to reach out to her. Please, please, please. Fellas, in fact, fellas, have your partners go to.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I can tell y'all right now, we get off this podcast, I'm relaying everything over to Jazz. Hey, babe, hey, listen, we about to join this. And I say we because y'all know the running joke. I'm throwing my wig on, you know what I'm saying? We are Mrs. and Mrs. Pearson. Nah, look, Lisa, appreciate you. I truly, truly appreciate you. When we cut the live off, I want to talk to you a little bit. I know Shanice has some second questions. We get some behind the scenes that y'all don't get. So, appreciate everybody for showing up. Everybody that had questions, thank you guys for participating. Instagram, I apologize every show. I'm sorry for you guys, and we couldn't see your comments. Hopefully, you understood the message and you guys are willing to tap in with her. Damien said if a men one coming, it better be men sip vodka. What is that? That's not vodka. That's hit. What did he do? Cognac, whiskey? I think it's whiskey. He just put the cup emoji, but I think it's men sip whiskey. Yeah, you know what, Damien? I'm gonna talk to you, bro. I'll talk to you. We might do some mustard things. We figure out something. But again, Lisa, thank you. Thank you everybody for joining us. And we'll see you guys next week.
Thank you. See you later.
right.
And thank you for the Boston tip. Thank you for showing out for me, y'all. Like I wasn't expecting that, but thank you, ladies. I hope this inspired you today, and just thank you for tuning in. And I will see y'all shortly.
Her family.